Hello there, my friend. Welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. The Champions League group stage match day number 2 is here. It's gonna start on Tuesday and we're gonna be live. Watch along, call in show as always on Football in Details channel. It used to be Soccer IQ. It's now Football in Details. Join us on Tuesday, couple hours before the kickoff, and we're gonna have good time. Thank you so much, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We're gonna start by reminding you what happened during match day number 1. Let's start by AC Milan and Newcastle. It was 0-0. Young Boys against Leipzig. It was 3-1 to Leipzig. Feyenoord beat Celtic 2-0. Lazio 1. Atletico Madrid 1. And remember the goalkeeper. Awesome goal the last minute. PSG beat Dortmund 2-0. Manchester City beat Red Star Belgrade 3-1. Barcelona beat Antwerp 5-0. Shakhtar lost against Porto 3-1. That was on Tuesday, September the 19th, 2023. Let me continue and remind you what happened on Wednesday, the 20th of September 2023. Galatasaray 2, Copenhagen 2, Real Madrid 1, Union Berlin 0, Bayern Munich 4, Manchester United 3, Sevilla 1, Lens 1, Arsenal 4, PSV 0, Braga 1, Napoli 2, Real Sociedad 1, Inter 1, Benfica 0, Salzburg 2. Awesome match day number 1. Match day number 2. On Tuesday, we have Union Berlin against Braga. This one, I think this is the only opportunity for Union Berlin at the moment to win a game of football. They've been losing almost every single game. The last few games that Union Berlin played, you can tell they lost all 5 games. And Braga, they won 3 games and lost 2. So that tells you how bad Union Berlin are and how good Braga, to a certain extent, they are. So I think this game is going to end by 2-1 to Union Berlin. Salzburg against Real Sociedad. Look at their form guide. Salzburg, they won 3 games in the last 5. They lost 1 and drew 1. Sociedad, they won 3. They drew 1 and lost 1. So they are in perfect balance here, both teams, in terms of forms. But I think at the end, this one is going to be a draw 2-2. Manchester United against Galatasaray. What a game this is going to be at Old Trafford. Form guide. Manchester United lost 3 of their 5 games. They won 2 games. Galatasaray won 4 games and drew only 1 game. On paper, Galatasaray are better. United are playing home. They are not doing good at the moment, but because it's Old Trafford, because they have some injury players back in the team, I think Manchester United are going to win against Galatasaray 2-1. Let's keep moving. Copenhagen against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, without doubt, they're gonna beat Copenhagen in my humble opinion. Bayern Munich to win this game. I don't see any kind of result here. Copenhagen in the last 5 games, they lost once, they drew twice and won twice. Bayern Munich drew 2 games and won 3 games. I think Bayern Munich to win away 3-1. Lens against Arsenal. Form guide for the two teams. For the last 5 games, Lens won 2 games, they lost 2, and they drew 1. Arsenal won 4 games, only drew 1 game. Arsenal are flying high. I think Arsenal are gonna win this game 3-0. PSV against Sevilla. Form guide. PSV in the last 5 games, they won 4 of them, drew 1. Sevilla won 2 games, drew 2, and lost 1 game. PSV lost in the first game of the group stage. They are playing home, and I think they're gonna win this game against Sevilla 2-1. Napoli against Real Madrid. A very, very tough game. It's gonna be probably Victor Osimhen audition. Because who knows, he might join Real Madrid next summer or in January. We don't know. Form guide. Napoli, they won 3 games in the last 5 and they drew a couple games. Real Madrid, they won 4 games and lost 1. Very tough game. Playing in Napoli, Real Madrid, to be honest, are not that good this season. They are lacking a proper number 9. This one is going to be very tough. And I think this one is going to be a draw, 2-2. The last game on Tuesday is going to be between Inter and Benfica. Form guide. Inter won 3 games in the last 5. They lost 1 game and they drew 1 game. Benfica won 4 games, lost only 1 game. Inter are playing at home. I think they have more power than Benfica at home, and I think Inter are going to win 2-0. Let's now go to the games on Wednesday. Atleti against Feyenoord. Form guide. Atleti won 3 games in the last 5. They drew 1 game and they lost 1 game. Feyenoord win. 5 wins in the last 5 games. But it doesn't mean anything because Atletico are doing pretty good. They beat Real Madrid. They are winning a lot of games in La Liga at the moment. Griezmann is on fire. And I think Atletico are going to win this game 3-2. Antwerp against Shakhtar. Form guide. Antwerp, they drew 3 games. They lost 1 game and won only 1 game in the last 5. Shakhtar lost twice. They drew once and won twice. And remember, Shakhtar are not even playing home because of the war in Ukraine. So you have to understand why they've been kind of 50-50 the last couple seasons. So this is the game that Antwerp got a chance to get a point here, you know, because they are in a very difficult group and they are not, you know, elite. So I think this game is going to be a draw, 2-2 at the end. Celtic against Lazio. Form guide. Celtic won 4 games and lost once in the last 5 games. Lazio are not doing that good. They only won once. They lost 2 games and drew 2 games. And the last game in the Champions League, match day number 1, you can't forget that goalkeeper, the last minute, who scored a goal against Atleti. Celtic Lazio. This one also is going to end up by a draw, 2-2. Let's move on. Dortmund against AC Milan. Form guide. Dortmund won 3 games in the last 5. They lost once. They drew once. AC Milan, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. So they are kind of the same. So Dortmund playing home. AC Milan didn't win the first game. They drew against Newcastle. Dortmund lost against PSG. They're playing home. This one is going to be a very tough game. A must-win game for Dortmund, to be honest. And Milan are going to try to win it. Well, I see Milan edging this one 2-1 away. Christian Pulisic, Olivier Giroud, Leao, Chukwueze, they are too good. I think Dortmund are going to lose at home 2-1. Newcastle against PSG. Newcastle United in the last 5 games, they only drew once. The rest all wins. PSG lost once, they drew once and won 3 games. But it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. To be honest with you, PSG got very good players, but they don't have a team yet. They are just struggling to find the right combination for the team. Newcastle United been really good for a couple of years now. This one is not going to be an easy game for PSG just because they have Mbappe. No, it doesn't mean anything. I think Newcastle are going to beat PSG. Wow, what a shocker. 2-1 to Newcastle United. Moving on, we have Leipzig against Manchester City. Form guide for the 2 teams. Leipzig drew only once. They won 4 games in the last 5. Manchester City lost 2 games. Can you believe it? 2 games in a row. They lost against Wolves and they lost against Newcastle. And they won 3 games. But the Champions League is another competition. I think they're going to bounce back. Leipzig, I think Manchester City always beat them. Always. They somehow find themselves in the same group over and over again. I think Manchester City are going to win this game 3-2. Let's go to Red Star Belgrade. The new name, I can't pronounce it, against Young Boys. Form guide. Red Star Belgrade lost 3 games in the last 5. They won 2 games. And Young Boys, they won 3 games and lost 2 games in the last 5. Belgrade playing home, the atmosphere in the stadium is crazy. So I think they're going to win this game 1-0. The last game on Wednesday is going to be between Porto and Barcelona. Form guide. In the last 5 5 games. Porto won 3, drew 1, lost 1. Barcelona only drew 1 game and won the rest. Barcelona are flying. They got more quality. Lewandowski would like to win the Champions League and the Ballon d'Or. Joao Felix on fire. I think Barcelona are going to be too strong for Porto, and it's going to be a 3-1 win for Barcelona.